Hi, Internet. Right now, the book that I'd like to talk about is The Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner. It was published in 1928 or 9, I believe. Because it's that old, I don't feel like I need to tell you this, but spoiler alert, I'm going to talk about certain things. First, I'd like to say to anybody that is thinking about reading it, it's really good and I really enjoyed it. I would say that it's a bit of a labor at first. The first section, which is 75 pages or so, is from the perspective of Benji Compson, who is one of the three brothers and is also a sister of the Compson family, that the whole book basically is about their family. Benji is mentally handicapped, but his perspective is it's difficult to follow. It's interesting. I will say that I was into the book. I thought that it was interesting pretty much right off the bat. After a little bit, I realized, however, that I wasn't following it very well. So what I did was, as I was reading, I was going to things like SparkNotes and trying to just get points, and I was trying not to read ahead on the SparkNotes because I was trying to keep the book somewhat. I was trying to get the experience of reading the book, but at the same time, I needed clarification on that first section. The second section, which is his brother, Quentin Compson, is clearer. I wouldn't say that it's very clear, but it is clearer than Benji's portion. But he is a Harvard student, and so there is a whole part of his piece that is his experience at Harvard, and he has this experience where he runs into a little girl at a bakery, and he tries to help her find her home, but she doesn't speak English, they seem to think, and he gets arrested because they think he's kidnapping her. Juxtaposed with that, cutting back, what they do is there is a lot of back and forth between that memory and a memory of him with his sister, Caddy, who I believe her name is Catherine, but they call her Caddy. She's married, or she gets married, but has a kid that they believe not to be the husband's, and it creates that's a huge portion of the plot of the story. And so Quentin keeps cutting back between dealing with this little girl and talking to his father that he committed incest with his sister. He confesses to it. I'm not sure that he did it. Like I said, spoiler alert, I guess I'm getting more into it than I expected. The third section is Jason Compson, who is the third brother. Arguably, not arguably, he is the least likable character in the book. His part arguably is the clearest. There is really no cutting back and forth. And his portion is him dealing with Caddy's daughter, and he's using the fact that he has custody of Caddy's daughter. He's using that to manipulate the money situation between his sister and his mother. His sister is kind of estranged from the family, but is sending money for Caddy, and for Quentin, the daughter Quentin, who was named after the brother Quentin. The fourth section of the book is it follows their it is not first person perspective. It's actually third person limited perspective. It's mostly just about from the basic point of view of Dulcie, who is one of the I guess we would call her a maid now. The third one is from her perspective, and it covers kind of the period of time in which they believe that Quentin has run away. The girl Quentin has run away. Let me know what you think of the book. Let me know if you think that I'm right or wrong about any things that I just said. Comment. Also, if you have any suggestions for books that you think I should read for our book club in the future, please feel free. Join the book club below. Next week, or next time I do a video, I'm going to be discussing Cain by Jean Toomer, or Jean Toomer. I'm not sure how he pronounces his name. This one is for school that I'm reading. I've already started it, and it's very good. So if you would like to try to read this. It's a pretty quick read, so if you'd like to read this or if you have read it and you'd like to introduce any questions or comments or anything about this book, this is what I'm going to be talking about next time. The book that I want to review today is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I apologize to her for saying that wrong.